Hey kids, are you watching Guitar Quackery live? This is the Guitar Quackery streaming channel. This is a live stream, which means you're watching this in replay, since I don't have an audience as we speak. There's been an unexpected development. I'll explain. We have on the bench a Martin M-64 acoustic guitar, and we are doing a fret job on the guitar. So in the previous live stream that I just wrapped up a few minutes ago, which was part 1, you're watching now part 2 on this playlist, I explained that I would be placing this guitar on the neck jig. I also said that I wanted to examine the internal braces. So here, you know, with a feeler gauge, I can see there's no bridge lift, there's no gap between the bridge and the soundboard. We want to examine the inside as well. So so here's the thing. When we put the guitar on the neck jig, in order to align everything correctly, the best way, one way to do it is to initially set it up with the strings on at full tension. There's going to be a strip here holding the guitar down on the neck jig, so it's difficult to get into the sound box with the hand when the guitar is actually on the neck jig. Okay, so let me backtrack. We need to jig it up with the strings on at full tension and then remove the strings. But to jig it up, we need to place a ribbon here, like a belt, whatever. And that will later prevent me from putting my hand inside. So I wanted to examine the braces right here on the bench. And like I said, there's been an unexpected development. So there's a change of plans right now. I will explain everything. Let me just put the camera here. So this is one reason why I'm live streaming some of my projects. Because you never know what happens, and here I am documenting it. So this gives the customer the opportunity to view everything, so I don't need to explain it later. And you know, it's also full transparency. Now, when the guitar initially came in, when the customer dropped it off, I believe I have this vague recollection that I noticed this when the customer was here, but I'm not 100% sure. I see too many guitars, right? So at the end of the week, it's just one big blur which guitar was which. But as you can see, I loosened the strings, and now it's just a matter of pulling these pins out. Now I can use this tool to pull them out. And as you can see, I'm lifting the whole guitar. Okay? Or I can use this tool. I'll show you from this angle. This is also a standard tool. Basically, you would be able to do this, push it down, and then pull the pin out. But again, you can see that I am, in fact, lifting the whole guitar. And this is the case on every single pin. Okay, I should be able to pull this out, and I'm not able to do it. So this is in fact an unexpected development, and I'm suspecting that there's an issue with the bridge plate. What is the bridge plate? And since I am doing a tutorial this time, I guess now you get more value for your not for your money, for your viewing time, okay? So I'll explain what the bridge plate is. I have here some, this is too high. How about this? Okay. I put the guitar away. Let's focus on this. Here we have a bridge from it's actually from a Martin guitar. That's a bridge. This is the soundboard, whatever's left of it, and here we have the bridge plate. This is one of the samples that I use. I have some other samples as well, like these two, that I use to explain some repair options to customers. And you can see the repair option here. So these are holes, right? There are 6 holes. Now, initially, they're just holes like this one. And here on these 3, those are 3 stages of a repair service. So when these holes get too big, the ball end of the string can get stuck between the bridge plate hole and the pin, and it basically prevents you from pulling the pin out. So what can be done? Well, this repair service can be done. So basically, these are plugs that I cut that can be used to fix this issue if there's damage to the hole. And the plugs go inside of these wells that I need to cut. So this is stage 1. Stage 2 is the plug, and then sand it flat, and then re-drilled. I can see that I have an audience. Oh, just left. Okay. Well, I had an audience of 1, and I no longer have an audience of 1. So let me just continue. It's too bad that I don't have a live audience right now, because this is also interesting. I need to examine the inside of the guitar. And I'm going to use this endoscope to look inside of the guitar. Oh, someone is back. I'm not sure if it's the same person that was watching me a few minutes ago. But yeah, there's been a development, unexpected. Yeah, unexpected development. Now, just to brief you in, if I show you the well, this is the endoscope. Hold on, here. I cannot remove the bridge pins, so when I try to pull them, the strings are completely so. Okay, so the ball ends of the strings are getting stuck between the pins, so I can move it up a little bit, but not too much. So let me prep this. I'm going to put an endoscope inside. And I will use my phone as a screen. Okay, that's it. So we can inspect the bridge plate. And now I am going to point this camera at this screen so you can see it. Just maybe a bit lower. And maybe in focus. that would help. Okay, that's it. So you see here this the bridge plate. When I move the endoscope, you can see that this moves on the inside. Obviously, it's not well lit right now, which is why I'm going to take this light and place it inside. So the light goes inside somewhere. Maybe here. As long as I can light it up, you know, it's good. And I can already see on the endoscope right here that in fact these holes are completely ruined. This is why if I go a little closer, you can see that the ball end of the string is sinking into the hole. Okay, and that's pretty much on all of them. So this bridge plate has some damage. And that's the thing about this particular kind of damage. Now if I force it, if I want to really pull it, I am going to be ruining that hole even more. So how do I remove the strings? Well, I have to back it down a little bit, and now I can remove it. Okay, so we are going to look on the inside. I'm going to do the same exact thing now. So I already removed this one string. Okay, so now I need to push this string deeper. Hold on. So first I push the string. I just want to place the camera in the right spot so you can actually see it. And I also want to make sure that I release the string tension all the way. So the strings need to be really loose for me to be able to do this. All right, and here we're looking at the at this string here. Okay, I'm going to push it down, and now I can remove the pin, and now I can remove the string, and you can clearly see how I'll do the same with the G string. Try to push it down first, and now pull the pin out. And you can clearly see how this string hole is really not nice and circular anymore. The D and the A strings are really bad, and so is the E, the low E. I'll move the camera in this position a little bit, and maybe this time I can even kind of time my movement so that I can switch during the operation. We have, again, I cannot pull it out, right? I cannot pull it out. So here I'm going to push it in first, and that pushes the string. There you go. And now I can pull the pin out, and now I can pull the string out. All right, and now let's do the same thing with this string. So I need to push the pins in first and push the string inside, and pull the pin out and pull the string out. And we can do the same with this one. I'm basically pushing the string in this direction so I can pull the pin out. And here I have a really good view on the inside. So like this, I cannot pull it out. So when I push it, I can pull the pin out, and now this comes out. All right, so we have a situation here that we really should address. And the only way to address it, so the entire holes, the way I'm seeing this, is actually that the entire hole is too big. So it isn't just that there's wear and tear on the bridge plate, but the entire hole is too big. I am not sure how this happened. It looks like someone drilled through this. I think I know how this happened. Now that I think. Okay, I think I know exactly what happened. So when I initially looked at this guitar, I looked at the bridge, and it looked to me like the bridge had been re-glued in the past. So my theory is that whoever re-glued the bridge did not align the holes of the bridge exactly with the holes through the soundboard. And then they just used an oversized drill bit to just enlarge the holes so that the pins would fit. Because I think it was this situation, right? Instead of this aligning perfectly, it was misaligned, 2 circles, and then they just drilled a bigger hole and basically damaged the guitar. That's just my theory based on what I'm seeing, because we don't see these greatly oversized holes on Martin guitars like this. I've never seen that. So the only repair in this case is this thing that I explained before with the plugs and repair. When you have just damage on the bridge plate from, you know, the string ends, from the ball ends of the strings, the damage looks different. But this looks like somebody actually used the drill bit to drill through, and they enlarged the holes. I need to discuss this with the customer, and he is going to have to make a decision on this. Obviously, it's not something we can do today if I need to do this bridge repair. It's something that is, in fact, done in on 2 separate days, because I need to repair all 6 of them. So the way this is done is, if I explain quickly, like I said, it's done in 2 sessions. Here we have the bridge plate, that's the sample that's been repaired. So you would repair 3 holes and skip the holes in between, and then you would repair those in between. And the reason is because these plugs, the diameter of the plug is actually slightly bigger than the distance between 2 plugged segments. Okay, so you cannot do all 6 of them at once, so you need to do it in 2 sessions. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a big change of plans. Let me think. Yeah, I'm going to have to call the customer now. And look, and it's because of this bridge plate issue that these pins are also damaged. So you can see how there's a dimple here from the ball end of the string. This would normally not happen on a hole like this, right? Because the hole has been enlarged, you can fit the bridge pin and the entire ball end of the string inside, and that's also why you can't pull it out. Okay, I can see that I have a small audience now, so you missed a good part if you just joined this live stream. It's not too long, right? It's only at 21 minutes long. I would highly recommend that you watch the replay because it is an interesting discovery. In the meantime, I am going to call the customer or at least send a text message. And maybe he was watching this, I don't know, because I did send him a message with the link to this live stream, right? Which is why I am streaming these things, one of the reasons. But this needs to be repaired. We cannot just leave it like that. So the good news is that I discovered it, but it goes to show that you need to be careful who works on your guitars, because the previous person who re-glued the bridge, well, they enlarged the string holes, and this is a big problem now. So, yeah, kind of, well, I wouldn't say that they ruined the guitar, but it cannot be left like this, for sure. Something needs to be done. All right. Put a thumbs up if you liked what you saw in this video, if it was useful to you. If not, just find another channel to watch. I am going to text the customer about this, and then I will still jig up the guitar on the neck jig. Oh, and now I completely forgot to examine the, because I was so sidetracked with this. So maybe I continue now a little bit because I do have a small audience. So my initial intention was actually to examine the braces, but I couldn't remove the strings, so this got sidetracked. You know, like I said, the bridge has been re-glued by someone in the past. There's no gap, but now I want to make sure there are no gaps between the braces and the soundboard on the inside. So I just go inside and just use the feeler gauge. So there's a brace here, there's a brace here also. There's an X brace as well, right? Obviously. I am not seeing any gaps. I also want to make sure that the bridge plate is good, that there's no separation between the bridge plate and the soundboard, and there isn't. Yeah, it seems to be all good. Just in the interest of time, I am going to, check it a little further off camera, because it's not very interesting for you to watch. I'm also going to contact the customer, have him watch this live stream, and then discuss what to do about the bridge plate repair. And then I'm going to jig up the guitar on the neck jig outside, And I already almost, well, I kind of started prepping the neck jig, which I showed on the previous episode. Whatever, you'll see it in part 3. This is part 2 you're watching. Yeah, so click thumbs up if you liked the video so far, and I will see you soon, maybe in about 35, 45 minutes. How about that? Okay. And if you really liked this live stream, you can click the link that says buy me a coffee. Thank you. Bye-bye.